Hi, English 100 students. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about Essay 5. It's due Sunday the 24th, and it's 750 words, and it's worth 12 points. The material in Chapter 4 of Rereading America presents two competing points of view regarding making it in America. One side suggests that anyone in the country can be successful so long as they work hard and persevere. The other side says that other things can get in the way, like race, gender, sexual orientation, pedigree, and that they too determine the degree to which and ease with which a person can succeed in America. Write an essay that discusses the validity of these two positions and indicate which side, if either, has the stronger case. You must refer to at least two specific readings from the chapter and one outside source. So I've always thought about the tension between the idea of the American dream and the realities of it. The ideas seem to be that motivational and meant to benefit society in nature. In other words, we can aspire to greatness if we believe the idea that all we have to do is work hard and persevere. The realities, though, have always seemed a bit more complicated to me, and I'm sure to others. And other factors do come into the idea of becoming successful. So I'll show you a few different ways you might be able to set up your paper. So the first outline model basically asks you to follow the prompt as it's sort of structured. So you'd have an introduction, intention getter with statistic or a quote or a question, some background on the topic that links the attention getter to the thesis, so some kind of context that helps the reader understand your topic, and then a thesis. And then you'd have two different parts of your essay. One that looks at one side of the American dream question. To get ahead in America, all you need to do is work hard and never give up. And you'd look for book examples and data, outside sources, personal experiences that show that to be true or even untrue. Then you transition to the other side, which says that hard work isn't always enough because of other factors that are really beyond one's ability to control. So the first could be class background. You'd look at the textbook, for example, say, and then race. And then towards the end of the paper, you would discuss which side you find more persuasive and why that is. And maybe that you see both sides as fairly relevant. Yeah, I think you can't get anywhere without working hard, but we'd be naive to think that other things that are beyond people's control, really, don't play a role in how easily one can succeed in America. So another possible outline begins with an introduction, attention getter, some context. But here you would state your thesis and your position on the two possible sides of the American dream question from the beginning. So your thesis might be something like, while the American dream can ring true for many people and serve as a motivational force in people's lives, it ignores some of the basic realities of living in America today, namely the role that class background, gender, and race play in hampering people's ability to succeed. So here you might look at the impact of class background on one's ability to succeed through the lens of material from our textbook and data or outside sources, personal experiences. You do the same with the impact of gender, the same with the impact of race, and then a conclusion. So here you're just arguing from the beginning your position. The first outline asks you to sort of weigh out both sides sort of equally and then come to a conclusion. This time I'm asking you to sort of put forth your thesis and your position early in the paper and then argue it throughout the balance of it. So the last of these example outlines shows you sort of the opposite position of the second outline. What I mean by that is the second outline asks the reader to consider the idea that hard work isn't enough, perseverance isn't enough. Other factors like class background, race, gender, sexual orientation can come into play in determining how successful a person can be and how easily a person can succeed in America. In this example, it's sort of, again, the opposite position. It's the idea that hard work and perseverance can overcome any challenges that people may face in the United States in terms of reaching success. So the thesis might be something like, while factors like class background, gender, and race certainly play a role in determining the ease with which a person can succeed in America, hard work, perseverance, and planning can overcome any challenges people face. So what you would look at is, perhaps in a paragraph, the role that hard work plays, the role that perseverance plays, the role that planning plays. And then try to find examples from textbooks, from our textbook, or from data from outside sources, personal experiences that reflect that. This is a tough topic for me because I'm always acutely aware of the fact that things aren't fair in the United States. I don't know where they are fair, but they're not fair here. And I don't know that anywhere can ultimately be fair. And if we push too hard for that, we end up on the other side of things where the government decides to divvy up everything in theory equally, and it doesn't always pan out that way, of course. So I'm aware of those other factors that go into how successful we can become, how easily we become successful. But I've seen with my own eyes for 24 years, people have the ability to change their lives, to improve their lives by working hard toward their education, by being persistent, by not letting challenges that they face along the way deter them. It may knock you off course. Different things can. Right now, COVID might be knocking people off their feet. But if you have perseverance, if you know that things can get better, things can get better.